What's going on? Yesterday is a rough night. Cannot truly express myself honestly. And I was watching this Bruce Lee interview talks about how to express yourself truly and not lying to oneself is extremely hard to do. It's a difficult thing to do because you grew up, people tell you how to react, how to do certain things, and what to do and what not to do. But in your mind, when you're younger, you try to express yourself. You try to cry. That's why babies cry, because they express themselves through they express their frustration, their hunger, their craving for comfort in the form of tears, in the form of crying as loud as they could. And that's the expression. But as they grow older, that does not work because babies, humans are fragile. Their brains are fragile. Their brains has amazing flexibility to learn stuff. But at the same time, it's really easy to influence. So the people that are around them, that have a stronger mindset, a mental, will have their way mentally to affect the child. And that's what parents are for. That's what guardians are for. And that is why teenagers are so susceptible, susceptible, rather, to gangs and stuff like that, because you see, they want to have that certain level of respect, especially when you grow older as like men and stuff like that. I'm talking about women. Women have their own ones. They don't want to be popular, maybe. Maybe they want to date the football player or the popular kid, the guy that everybody likes, right? So the expression, most people expression are really shut down, and so am I. And I'm trying to improve that and learn techniques and learn the way of being charismatic as a person, while learning technique of how to be charismatic and practice it either on myself or with other people. And there's a certain energy, there's a certain sweet spot, so to speak, that you want to hit in order to have that flowing state where you feel like you are flowing, where it feels natural to your expression, where it feels everything is aligned with your thoughts. It's called congruency. It's where your thoughts, words, and feelings are aligned. And when you have that, you have that flow. Have that flow. And a lot of times that's communication, that's expression in yourself in terms of socializing. You see, in terms of socializing with another person, to connect with another person, in order to align yourself, try to align yourself with the other person. So there's a harmony in there. So you can get what you want and the other person can get what they want, because it's a symbiotic relationship instead of like a competitive situation where you're trying to impose your frame onto the other person. And that is martial arts. And that's fighting. When you try to fight, when you argue with someone, when you try to physically have a combat, you're trying to use your frame to break the other person's frame. And you see, sometimes I feel like it's easier to align with other people's frame because most people in this life are people pleaser, because they have been taught that they have to be nice, especially in this day and age. And I won't say it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that people are nicer to each other. It's an amazing thing. But at the same time, it lacks expression. Because when expression are truly genuine and authentic, there will be clashes, because we all grow up in different ideology, and different people have different thoughts and idea of how the world should work. But at the same time, we have a lot of similarity, but there's a lot of similarities, it's yin or yang, there's a lot of similarities, and at the same time, there's a lot of differences. So, for people to actually understand how to communicate with each other, they will need to understand both. And yesterday, I just have a hard time expressing myself truthfully, not lying to myself. And I trained my body. I was training my body not to express myself truthfully or authentically because I want to please other people. I do not want to bother other people. So I do not align myself with other person. I have this fantasy that I have this addiction of this crave. I crave. I'm addicted. I was craving. This addiction is called inaction. I was addicted to my own action, or rather, I was addicted to my own inaction. So like when you're in a rut, let's say, you do not want to do stuff. You do not want to do stuff that you want to do that you know you need to do. You are craving for the comfort that comes with what your habitual state is really. And the habitual state is so important. And you need to really, really be cognizant about that every single day. And what kind of state you're addicted to. Some people are addicted to winning. Like a Michael Jordan, that's the extreme winners. For whatever reason, we don't talk about the reason why this is. We're not dissecting why the reason of why they want to be a winner and why they're a winner. But we're just dissecting that in the present moment of those people, how they operate. Not the past, but the present, how they operate. You see, they are winners. They operate, they want to win. So in their habitual state, it's a habitual state of winning. So they win by all means necessary because they're comfortable with winning. When they lose, there's a certain dissonance in their mind that tells them, this is not you. Stop doing that. And we all have that. And mine, I'll be honest with you, I'm 27 years old now, and before, for a reason, I take also responsibility of that, but there's a reason. There is my habitual state is apathetic. It's me not wanting to do the things that I know I need to do in order to achieve the goals that I want, but because my habitual state is in one of apathy. And hence, I fucked up the previous 7 years, 6 years of my life consciously when I had the ability to change it. But at the same time, you can say that if you're addicted to something, that really means you don't have the ability to change that. Or it's something that's so ingrained in you that it takes a certain amount of effort. It could be daily effort, a daily struggle for that person to be whoever they want to be. But this is how life is, right? Because I was dissecting my life, I was dissecting what do I want to truly feel. And I realized I want to experience life. But proactively, not passively. Because I've been passively experience the struggle of life. I do not want that. If I want to have struggle, I struggle. But the intention is there. The intention is for me to achieve my goals. But if I don't do it, I'll struggle, I will be frustrated. But at least I'm honestly expressing my oneself. And the results might not be there, the output might not be there, but the input, the intention is there. And that's all one you can do. Because you cannot control the outcome, the output. But you can control the input, certainly. If you believe so. If you don't believe so, that's okay. You're gonna live life as accident. And most people are doing that in that state. But if you want to be a person that have a fulfilled life, rather just in survival mode all the time. Especially in the Western world where things are easy, things are not hard, they're not really struggling. That people are still on survival mode because it's a coping mechanism from the past that keeps them alive, keep their lineage alive. So that's what's the best for them, that's what the genetics feel is best for them. To stay alive, meaning to just be reserved. Instead of expressing yourself, I'd rather follow the herd of sheep. So if there's a problem, I might not be the one who's going to suffer. But instead, if you don't follow the sheep and you go to the other road, it will seem dark, it will feel lonely sometimes. Obviously, if you find other people that walk in the same path, there's a certain connection right there. But it's not often that happens. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. And it's okay. And it's okay. So yesterday was a struggle. And this is more like a video that I'm talking to myself instead of rant, or me trying to express my knowledge, but rather to express my feelings and test and have this kind of memory. Like Harry Potter, you see. In Harry Potter, they would get out the memory and you can put in the water and then you can watch it with the memory. But instead, I pull it out, and I put it on to the camera for everybody to see it. See, this is already like 11 minutes in. Most of the people, nobody's probably gonna watch this. But I realize if I grow older and I can really take a concept and then explain it in details, in precise details, in a manner which is precise, in a manner which is easy for people to digest. It's not confusing because now it's just all over the place, but it's just me understanding the concept. In chaos comes structure, and in structure it comes chaos. For it to be a structure, for me to be able to express those ideas, for you to be able to improve your life, or for myself to be able to improve my life, I have to take those ideas that can take 12 minutes, right? It can take 12 minutes, or it can take 15 or 20 minutes, and you can precisely explain it in a good 1 minute, where every part of the explanation is important, but precise, but easy to digest, easy to execute, and it's practical, and it's engaging at the same time. That's really hard to do, and that takes practice. It's communication. Like a baby trying to talk. The baby's not going to talk in words or tongue twister, isn't it? But the baby will go, eh, meh, da. Simple pronunciation. Yesterday was a bad day in terms of how I feel, in terms of the input or the lack of it. But the amazing thing is, I learned a lesson. And yesterday will be remembered as a lesson that I give to myself. And hopefully in the future, I can explain it in less than 14 minutes. Maybe in 2 minutes, I can express with engagement that I'm engaging to you, and it's easy to digest, and it's practical, that you can do something. It's motivating. It's motivating to you to do something, for you to start the track of whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't concern me. Whatever you want to achieve. Could be world conquering. Could be you're the person who stay alive. Everybody dies. Me included, me deaf. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. Until next time.